Hey guys, it's me, Rhea. Just fresh off a run, fresh off entering my portal of the highest frequencies that I can experience in my way in the moment. I see this big like raven or crow over there in the tree. It's almost like anchoring a message for me. And so I'm a wreck, I'm all sweaty, but I wanted to share this message while it was fresh. And it all started when I started contemplating and thinking, are my shares or my expression of my divine frequency too abstract, not grounded enough in the 3D, too non-tangible for people? And a little voice in me, hey, good morning, Suzanne Winston from Dublin. I love you, love your presence here. So I was just questioning that, and of course I received, because I'm having dialogue with my higher self, I received an immediate no. And the message for today for all of you guys is never feel the need to alter your expression of who you are, which is your divine frequency that nobody in the world could express like you. Don't feel the need to alter that for other people's understanding, comprehension, or approval. And I never say anything as an absolute, because there are going to be those times where you're going to explain things to people in the best that you are capable for their understanding when you're talking on a one-on-one. I'm just talking in general, putting your expression out there. Because even in those times where you are expressing, you are the perfect vehicle to get that message across for that person, for that subject matter. But in general, I'm saying do not alter your expression, because your expression contains a specific frequency, okay? And this frequency is going to resonate with other aspects of you that need to hear that message. Like Suzanne here, she reflects another aspect of source God energy that I am. And there's an exchange of energy. And I don't want to say duty, because there's no duty, but it is almost my duty to extract from the physical world, to display, to express to my most truest self that I can, the most authentic expression of me that I can, and to honor that and be true to that. Because in that, guys, other people that are at that frequency will resonate, and what it does, it helps them to illuminate and expand at that level of frequency, if that makes sense. So, as I express at the highest frequency that I am capable at the moment, uninhibited, I allow myself to continue the illumination and expansion from that frequency. I'll say a level. I'm not saying anything is better or worse than another, but when you are expressing to the fullest and best of your capacity, of what your divine frequency imprint is, whatever that expression is, you allow yourself a point to keep expressing. And so if you feel you need to alter that expression out of doubt of your expression, you actually lower the frequency, because doubt is a lower frequency than trusting. And if you lower that frequency, then you're still expressing, all is meant to be, everything always is as it should, but you will be expressing not from that ultimate frequency that you could be, because you threw doubt in there and you might be altering it. You might be saying, oh, I don't know how this will come across. I don't know if people will get it. I'm not sure if people are going to misinterpret that. But you can't do that, guys. You have to remain singularly focused in your heart, your light, because it is in that also, even if no one else gets you, you hold that space. You hold that space for others until they are ready to receive that information. I want to use a good example. So years ago, I go running, and you guys all know, you hear me talk, when I go running, I enter a portal of that higher frequency. And that higher frequency was just like, it would bring me to tears. It was so beautiful. But what I would do is I would come home, and I would want my immediate family, like my husband, and I would come forth with all this beauty and love, and I would express it, and I wanted him to reflect a resonance in that information, which he just wasn't capable. And after time and time and time again of disappointment, which is my own doing, because what I really wanted is I wanted to find a place to anchor that information. I wanted a place to implant. You know how I always talk about anchoring your divine frequency in the physical 3D? Well, I was looking through that through a vehicle, another person, and never ever I would be disappointed. And so through my human ego, then I would allow my frequency and vibration to drop and say, oh, poor me, no one gets me, no one understands what I'm trying to say, which was all good because it helped cause growth in me. Hey, Jimmy, thank you for joining Kelly and I yesterday on our live too and bringing forth your input. And congratulations. I haven't really watched you and Meg on Tuesdays yet because I'm always busy, but I flick through and I see you. And I'm so proud of where you're going and what you're doing and what you're shining and what you're healing. And you're a perfect example of sharing your divine imprint, your own expression through those tones and those frequencies of healing. Perfect. So my point is, a lot of us will go through that, and all of those incidences are building blocks of trust and strength, because our anchor has to be in our own heart. Our anchor has to be built upon the trust and faith and anchor of what we are receiving, of who we are, of our God source energy, of the light that we are. Of course, no one is going to totally get it like you, because you're your own divine frequency. You are angels of light. You are beings of light that have come to anchor it through your expression. So when I say don't alter your expression, it's because you want to anchor it into the 3D as purely as you can, as another point, another platform to keep expanding and illuminating upon. You diminish your growth if you hold back. But those times of holding back, those times of victimhood, those times of doubt, they're all meant to be also because they give you the opportunity to build strength and trust in yourself, in that frequency, in that imprint. So me, eventually, I found the platform to express in the physical 3D. I put all of those things that I got on my runs in a book. And that's why it is so important to journal or to find that 3D expression. Even if it isn't publicly speaking or in a public platform, through your art, through your journaling, through your gardening, through your expression, you are anchoring that energy, and it gives you a base to keep expanding upon, to keep it growing upon, if that makes sense. And then also, like, with my heart cards, all my little Mother Earth heart cards, we always have to go through these little mini rings of fire to get to that gift, that little doubt, that little, I call it a strength builder, building your muscles to continue on your path. And you know that old saying, a new level and a new devil? And it's kind of, in a way, right. You'll have to overcome certain little challenges, little rings of fire, be put to the test, but they're all beautiful gifts to help you continue strengthening yourself in you, strengthening yourself in your faith. So when I started seeing all these hearts, I started doubting that too. I'd say, oh, that's stupid, or people are going to think that's dumb. My son would say, Mom, why are you putting all that stuff on there? It's cluttering up my news feeds, and it made me doubt. So I had to go through that little ring of fire. But then when I almost was trying to ignore them on a run, I saw the most beautiful hearts, and a little voice in me said, you cannot stop who you are. You cannot not be who you are. And the hearts represented love. You know, it's just a universal symbol of love. And so that kind of affirmed it. And so I continued on that path, because if I let that self-doubt or let other people's affirmations and opinions affect me, I wouldn't have wrote that book. I wouldn't have done my cards. I wouldn't be right here now. And it doesn't matter if no one ever saw me. I'm still expressing through trust and faith and creating a space, because we're all space holders as light workers, guys, to be reflections for others that are ready to resonate with that energy. And then when those two come together, like say you, Jimmy, and Megan, when you come together, then you build and you keep illuminating, you keep expanding love, light, energy. It keeps building upon that when two or more are gathered. So don't diminish your gifts, because when the time is right, you will resonate, that you will find that resonance, and then you keep building upon that, whether it be by yourself or whether it be with others that come into your reality, and you reflect and build upon each other's light. Because we are all our own individual rays of God's source energy of light. And a lot of us say, well, what do I get to say? What do I get to share that no one else has? You all have your own special way, your own tweak, your own tone of your voice. I'm sure Jimmy will agree. Certain people even have certain tones and they speak differently. Some are soothing, some get your attention. those tones, even in a word that you speak, has eternal implications. Never doubt your expression. Because you can say, oh, there's all these, I personally would say, oh, there's all these spiritual leaders. What do I got to say that Wayne Dyer or Deepak Chopra or all these people haven't said before? I have my own divine expression, just as you do, where another will resonate, and then it helps to keep building that love and light and illumination. Because all of us in this community, the spiritual community, we all believe we're love and light. We're all here for that. Everybody, there are many of us have gone before us and bigger, well-known people, and we might question, what do I have to give? You have everything to give. You could be that one person that speaks to someone that is their aha, that opens their eyes and changes them to affect zillions of people. It's beautiful. So I really wanted to share that, and I just wanted to point out one of the greatest spiritual leaders of our time, John Thaddeus Fiore. And how can you not be a spiritual leader with a name like that? He is awesome because what he does, John, if you happen to watch, I really appreciate and I understand your greatness in that you bridged the gap of the 3D to the 5D. You bridged that gap. And I want to quote this great spiritual leader of our time, John. He has said that the world is at your service. And the world is at your service because it's a reflection of your vibration. And the world can only service you as much as you are ready for. And if you're diminishing your frequency, the world is only going to reflect that frequency that you're being. But if you are illuminating your love and light to the fullest of its capacity with trust and faith, you will receive even greater service that matches that frequency from the world, because the world is the reflection of you. The world is within you. You know, the universe is within you. You are the universe, and the universe is you. So another reason not to diminish or compromise your expression. I don't know if I'll relay these right, but there's 4 laws of the universal laws, and first one from Bashar, the Bashar states is, okay, let that truck go by. You exist. Because you exist, you are worthy. So you are worthy, and you are here for a reason, and you have your own divine frequency imprint. And another one is, the one is all, and the all is one. God is the all, and you are part of that God. You are all of it. So if God is all. You are all. You are all that you perceive in your world, and it's going to reflect that vibration that you are being. So of course you want to share and express and live in that vibration that is the purest, the highest, the cutting edge of who you are. Thank you, Suzanne. And the other thing is, nothing ever stays stable. Everything always changes, except for these laws that you exist, that the one is all and the all is one. But everything is always changing. You are always evolving. Your truth is always changing. And the 4th law is, you get back what you put out. Duh. You get back what you put out. If you are putting out the highest vibes that you are, holy crap, you have so much abundance to gain. So to me, it's all about connecting to that love and light that you are and sharing and shining that. Because that is an unfiltered reflection of the God source that you are. It is this. You are illuminating this to be reflected back into your life. We are also blessed to have each other as reflections. That's all I can say. I feel so blessed to have you guys reflect back myself, and it all goes together, and it culminates. And even beautiful, kind words like from Suzanne, thank you for your enlightening words. And that's so beautiful, because as she says that to me, it sparks that light, and it gives me appreciation and gratitude, which is a high frequency, which feeds my frequency. And because I'm grateful, then it goes back to her. Since we are speaking the last day, I believe I have found my home in the countryside, 100 kilometers from Dublin. Thanks for guiding me. Oh my God, Suzanne, that is so beautiful for you to affirm that. I've got all the tingles. Suzanne last time was contemplating moving to the country, and she didn't know if it was the best thing for her, and she wanted to have her own self-sustaining food source and stuff, and I got such strong yeses for her and said yes, yes, yes. And that is a good example of following following your excitement. You don't need to have all the details. You don't have to have the understanding of others. Stay true to who you are and step into that and take that chance. What do you got to lose? Life is an adventure. It's a gift to be lived. And all of life is going to give you the reflection of the greatest that you can handle. Because God is love, and we are love, and we create our reality. So that is all ultimately based in love. If we choose to find that highest expression and be that highest expression of it. Oh, I am so happy for you, Suzanne. I am so excited. And that's so awesome because you're in the countryside, yet you're not too far from Dublin. So you get that convenience, you get that city, you get that stuff that you need when you need it. And that's what I love, guys. I love kind of being out there with my own privacy and peace and solitude. But I do personally like the convenience of having things close if you got to run to the store for something. So beautiful. And this platform gives us all, guys, like, I feel so blessed because right now, if I went home, everything that I just shared with you guys, if I went in the house and shared it with my family, they'd be like, no, be quiet. This gives me a platform to like throw it out, to anchor my light and to share it. So it is so awesome and such a gift. Technology, Facebook, social media is such a gift because I am able to spew what I feel and no one has to. They can just scroll by me and not listen to me. But those that might resonate, well, they will be guided to click on, and because there are aspects and other aspects of my own energy, something might be healed with them or sparked within me, with them, and because we're all connected, as things are sparked in others, it continues our spark, it continues our illumination. And when I did the book, that helped me to put those messages, feelings, expressions that I was feeling when I'm running, messages that I receive into real life, real 3D, and apply them to a personal experience in my life. So that I think that's what the book kind of helped me to do. And then the Mother Earth Gaia, there were more that physical manifestation of all my messages. And then of course this, verbal communication. And we're sharing energetically, even though we're not in the same room, guys. Technology is such a gift because we're having energetic exchanges. And that is just also in itself a reflection of the dissipation of the walls, of the veils, like breaking through. Technology is that 3D manifestation of us dissipating the veil and really connecting to each other energetically. Oh, it is all so beautiful. And Suzanne, I am so happy for you. I saw that, wondered what it was. A feather just fell from above behind you, Ria. Oh my God. So beautiful. And angels. Oh, to me, they're like those in spirit that I connect to. And beautiful. They're just, feathers are like your guides, your angels, those loved ones that have passed on that you connect with in their affirmation. So, oh, that's beautiful. I was doing one video, guys, though, and it is so weird. It's further back, like a couple weeks ago, and I was rewatching it, and out of nowhere, I had this, like, it looked like I literally spit a fountain of saliva and went, and I'm like, oh my God, what was that? It looked like I just spewed a bunch of spit, but I know I didn't. And I know it had to, I said, was that a bug that hit the screen and burst? But there was no bugs or nothing. It was really weird. It was like this spew coming out of my mouth. It was embarrassing, to the point of being embarrassing, but I'm like, whatever. But I do believe too, that might have been a sign from spirit or a trick from Eric Medus or something just goofing with me. And it was so weird. I even showed my daughter and my husband. I go, did you just see that? And I said, Drasana, what is that? My 13-year-old, she goes, spit, Mom. You just spit all over it. And I'm like, no, I didn't. So it's funny. It's funny how we'll see lights and orbs and all that kind of stuff. So I just really wanted to share that with you guys. I was going to do a paragraph share. And you know what? I will really quick, just to see how this message will relate to a 3D example. And I will just go to a paragraph and see what it has to say. All right. All right, so it sort of does, this paragraph, because I was talking about the duality of my ego, my human self, wanting that approval, wanting that affirmation in a physical being. Otherwise, I would doubt my message or doubt what I had to share. So this says, the duality of the soul and the spirit causes an inner struggle or conflict within us. Our human flesh may want to act out in a way while the spirit in us is nudging us another way. Like the ego and the human self really like that safety net. It really doesn't like the discomfort sometimes of putting ourselves out there, because in past lives and parallel realities, we have been like persecuted for it, I believe. So that spirit is always nudging us and urging us to go to the next level, to embrace the next frequency that we're to experience. And sometimes our ego will fight that, our human self. Our human flesh might want to act out in a way while the spirit is nudging us in another way. I, for example, may feel anger towards someone for spreading lies about me. My human emotions just want to lash out at this person and speak ill of him. But the spirit is encouraging me to be understanding, compassionate, and forgiving toward him, regardless of their wrongdoings. This, of course, makes our flesh uncomfortable. Our human nature is just itching to get revenge. The spirit's way of doing or not doing is always empowering. You may ask how this is empowering us. It seems like I'm simply getting walked on. First of all, two wrongs don't make a right. You don't fight evil with malice. This would simply multiply that kind of energy in your life. And it says, second of all, if you take the empowering approach to this situation, you would ask yourself, why did I draw this in my life? What do I have to learn from this? How is it a reflection of me? So it's not exactly what I was talking about, but it is affirming situations in our life that we draw to ourselves that are uncomfortable, like me being a victim or thinking I'm not understood or my family doesn't get me or I don't have any resonance in my life. But that was just a poor me. And what it did is those situations can give you the strength to continue to build your faith and trust on yourself and of your platform. Your true anchor is in here, guys. It's not the outside. The anchor is in here, and then we manifest those solidified manifestations in our life through anchoring in ourself, in our expression. So just want to share that. And Suzanne, keep us updated. Oh, you see feathers all the time too. I know you got the gift for sure. We all, oh my God, we all have a gift, and that is the point of this thing, is to share in it, never diminish it. And Kelly, if you happen to watch this, dear beautiful soul sister Kelly, please do a little video on your singing bowl, because a lot of times we will get things in our life and we're really excited and they resonate and they connect to us, but we don't, because it's new to us, we might feel not knowledgeable on a subject matter. And because there's so many YouTube videos out on something, like even what I'm talking about, you can find zillions and zillions and zillions, but no one expresses it in the exact same way. And if you got a singing bowl or you got a new card deck, share that, because whatever that little resonance is for you, however you connect to it, you have that perfect explanation of it to inspire someone else and to maybe guide them in some way, shape, or form to get a singing bowl, or to play with cards, or do oracles, or listen to music, or do your heart frequencies and see what your frequency is to align your chakras, like Jimmy does. Don't doubt it, because even I will throw in stuff that I feel not knowledgeable about, like some things to do with animals, but that one little thing that I connected with the animal, even though I'm not huge knowledgeable, say on polar bears, whatever that connection was for me and that I picked up on was spirit speaking through me to share that one little aspect. Or sometimes I'll bring up astrological stuff and I'm like, oh, what the hell was I trying to tackle that for? But whatever that little connection was for me, and I relate it to my best of my capability, somebody else, and if not for somebody else, only for myself, got enlightened and illuminated from it. Because only you can express that tiny little thing about something. Like even Suzanne. No one says it like you, Rhea. I don't know if that's a compliment. But thank you so much, Jimmy. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you participating in this. I haven't seen you for a little while. I know you've been busy, and I love all that you're doing. And oh my God, you're such a shining, shining light. It's so beautiful. And like even you, Suzanne, when you do your gardening or whatever, it's fun to just do little lives and shares, because somebody will just get that tiny little tweak of how you presented something like nobody else can. Nobody else can do it like you guys. So thank you so much. You know what? I'm going to end it with the sun. as always. And we'll take a nice deep breath in, guys. We'll take a breath in, one deep breath in, to connect to the light. Because what you focus on, I know you guys all know this, what you focus on grows. And when you focus on the light, and the sun is just that physical manifestation of the light that we are, guys. And as we focus on that, it actually activates the light within us. Because how I do it is as I'm looking at the light and the sun and breathing it, and I feel my chest and my diaphragm filling in with that air, oxygen, I also simultaneously imagine all that light and vibration extending out to every little cell in my body. So when you breathe in through your nose, breathe in deeply, imagine that light culminating, the light within you. You are light beings. Imagine every little molecule and cell vibrating from the tippy top of your head to the longest piece of hair on your head, to your fingertips, to your toenails. Imagine that light vibrating and illuminating that energy within you. Everything is energy. Everything is vibration of energy. And as you hold it in your chest, it loosens up energy to dissipate, to release. But most importantly, it releases your expression. It anchors your divine frequency imprint onto this physical world. Obviously, I breathed a little bit while I was talking. I couldn't hold my breath that long. But know that, guys, you are the light. You are the perfect, perfect expression of source energy. And it's always there. And even in our darkest times when we're feeling like shit and crap, don't feel guilty about that, because it's all part of the human experience. Because I sometimes might feel bad when I'm feeling bad or criticizing or angry with my husband or mad at my kids. But you know what? That's all to be embraced and integrated into the human experience in order for us to gain greater illumination, greater self-discovery, guys, and to work through that. Never hurt. It doesn't help to just sit that, and guilt and shame never, ever, ever for our good. Just keeps us stuck and blocked. So breathe in the light and exhale. And may you guys shine with the entirety of all the light that you are.